Okay, here we go. So yeah, I guess just go ahead and just introduce yourself. And
well, I'm Mark Cook, and it's a privilege to be here today for the meetup here on the Glenn Beck thing at the Cafe Depot, which is one of my favorite restaurants, of course. And we had a great crowd. We had, I think, 200 people or so at this event. As you can see, it spilled out into the street. People were inside. It was packed. And just people coming together who are concerned about the direction of the country and who realize now that we have to take a personal interest in what's happening. I mean, it's up to us. We can't rely on the politicians. We can't rely on anybody. We can't rely on Washington, obviously. That we have to rely on ourselves, and we can do that. And we can insist that people who represent us apply the principles of the Constitution, which they seem to have forgotten. Unfortunately, they get elected to office, and all of a sudden they feel like their goal in life is just to get reelected. Right. And so this, I think, was a great presentation by Glenn Beck show, and it was a great venue here to have a chance. I was privileged. Enzo and Susan asked me to speak to the crowd, say a few things. I'm a former professor of political science, and so it was great to be here, and great to have the opportunity to speak a little bit about the American Revolution. And to me, if you understand the American Revolution, you understand what our Constitution is all about.
Right. What can, say, somebody that wants to get active, wants to start changing something, wants to find the avenues in which to, enlist change, what, in your advice, what can they do? What websites can they go to? What meetings can they go to? How can they actually get the ball rolling instead of just sitting idle?
Absolutely. Well, I have my personal website is Count on Cook at yahoo.com. Plus, Glenn Beck has the 9 to 12 website that they're working on. And I've been active in politics here in this county since I was a teenager. And there are opportunities to get involved. Number one, find someone to run for office or work on a campaign, and work for people that aren't necessarily being funded by all the special interest groups. Because even on the local level, it's amazing how much money goes into local campaigns. I formerly was on the county commission in the 1990s. It was expensive then. Now it's probably 3 or 4 times it costs to run for office today that it did when I ran in the 1990s. I knocked off an incumbent county commissioner who had been there for 12 years, who was chairman of the county commission, and every single person, I didn't have a chance to tell the story here, I was told, no way you can win. No way she can be beat. She's chairman, she's been there for 12 years, and I just felt like the county was on the wrong track, wasting our money, making special deals with certain developers out there west of 95, right. Sweetheart deals, and so I ran and I won. And people were like amazed, like, my God, how did this happen? But it shows it can be done. So I encourage them to get involved. Go to the website so you can contact me, or get involved in a campaign, a local campaign of somebody that you believe in, and someone who's not running for any sort of personal gain, someone who's running in order to just make the community better, and who hopefully won't change once they get elected. And as I mentioned inside when I gave my talk, the whole thing is, I'm a strong believer in term limits. And we elected people back in '94 who said they believed in term limits in Congress and even locally, and then when it came time to leave, they didn't want to leave. And so we need to hold people accountable. But I would say get involved with the websites. Get involved if you have a local political affiliation. You might look at that. As far as each political party has what they call an executive committee. Usually they're begging for people to get involved in the executive committees, and then meet up like this. And I think it was great what Glenn said about meeting at your kitchen table, getting together with like-minded people, and just sitting there and talking about what this country is about. That used to happen years and years ago, when people would go to a little cafe, a little restaurant, and next thing you know, they talk about their community, they talk about their country. And unfortunately, we're all so busy now that doesn't happen. I think we need to get back to that. Like I think Beck said, he meets like once a month with a group of friends just to talk about politics and the country and all of that. And maybe we all could do that together. You know, just have a like a monthly meeting of just people that come together and say, look, I've just read this book, you know, and this is, you know, what I think we can do and what we should do. All of those things, but just go out there and try to make a difference, because otherwise I'm really fearful that country won't end up being the place I grew up in and in the place that we want to leave to future generations.
Very good.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Cool.
I don't know if I said my name. I think I did.